People of Earth, this is Jason Loves Life. Don't do that. That's stupid. Hey guys, welcome to Jason Loves Life, the vlog about Jason Love. That's me. And today I wanted to talk a little bit about planning out projects. So today I have, actually I did this several days ago, but I feel like it's completed. And here, I'll flip the camera around so you guys. Probably a bad idea. The lighting's horrible. Anyways, this is a mind map that I created of all the different projects I want to complete, how I want to make money from them, and basically what each of them is. So looks a little complicated, but there's me, and then they go off, and here's all the different categories of things that I do or enjoy doing. So I have filmmaking, animation, balloon twisting, performing, and then those break off into sometimes different nodes or different things. So like filmmaking would be creating a blog on filmmaking, but then also creating films. And looking at this, to be honest with you, gets me excited because all the different options I can work on, but at the same time I'm coming to the realization that I cannot do all these things. So I think I'm going to revamp this and keep it because I do enjoy the idea of. Let me see if I can adjust this. I do like the idea of being able to work on projects on the side. So, example being, if I have a video blog and I get bored one day and I don't want to make any more videos, maybe creating 2 or 3 blog posts that would work. Now the question becomes, I don't want to have that take away from my normal time. So I guess my goal would be to find a couple things that I focus completely on, and then a few things that maybe have one website that has 10 blog posts and just leave it up there for people to learn from, especially if they're posts that will constantly be relevant. So like animation, pretty easy, squash and stretch, things like that, things that people can learn from, maybe show some examples. Filmmaking, talk about storytelling, script writing, things like that. So it'd be stuff that I wouldn't have to update regularly. I could just once in a while post on, and then maybe put some affiliate links and then also have links back to my own website. I'm not sure if that's a good idea or not. I guess I do have one niche site that is just for maternity belts, and it was something that I worked on when Leah was pregnant because it gave us something to do together. She wanted us to do a lot of research on baby related stuff, and for me it's hard to do it unless I have a goal. So the goal, just to learn is hard. But if, I have a class, it's like I have to learn to take this test, or I have to do homework. So I thought, well, what if I made a blog where I took all the information I learned and made it into blog posts, kind of condensed it all, put it into blog posts, and then I could put ads on there. So not only do I have a goal of creating blog posts, but I also have a goal of I can make a few dollars. Now that website still needs a lot of work, and I don't have time to do it, and I don't make any money from it. I make money, but that money covers, it probably ends up being $1 or $2 a month, so it covers the cost of keeping the domain. But I think if I put a little more work when I get some free time, or even just a weekend when I'm bored, which never really happens, but I could. I think if I revamped it up, I could at least double the amount. So the idea of making, even if it's just a couple dollars, but not having to do any work on a website, it's kind of cool. Knowing that people are viewing it and it's helping people, I think it gets about very small numbers. I want to say 100 views a month, maybe, at the most. I'd have to bring it up. But anyways, I'm not going to do that. Let's just say 100 views a month. Now, I know if I did a little work, which I still, like I said, I might end up doing, just take a weekend and say, okay, I'm going to focus on getting this set. I have a couple websites like that and just need I guess getting rid of them would be smart because it would take away. I don't really work on them, so that they're not hurting anything. It's just costing me money to have them. But if I could put something up, maybe every weekend, just filling up a website. I don't know. I'm just spitballing here, which probably not the smartest thing to do on a YouTube video. Anyways, so choosing my projects, I think what I'm going to do is take the core things I want to do, which I need to come up with, like live performance. I like doing live performance. I feel like, and I get paid pretty well if I could push it to the next level. Right now I'm getting paid. I'm doing all right. I'm not doing, but if I push it to the next level, which would take a lot of work, I could make a decent income, which would be, decent income in my mind is, anywhere between $30,000 and $50,000 a year. Right now I'm doing close to, it depends too, because I write off a lot of things, but the things that I would normally buy anyways. But I end up making, probably 28,000 is probably about what I make, between 25 and 28 a year, and that fluctuates. So, back when I had a Six Flags contract, that was I was making 30,000 a year. So I've actually gotten down because I've lost that contract. But now I do a lot more independent things. So library shows and whatnot. And that's anything from, I could make a couple grand in a couple days, or I could make, it just depends. So it's one of those things that, like I said, I should really get focused on it, but I want to make a lot of income from the side projects. So this video is longer than I expected. Maybe one of these days I'll readjust this and maybe go over it with you guys. I'm not sure if this is something people are interested in, but it's giving you an idea of how right now I am trying to limit my projects. I also want to add something that'll maybe deal with how much time it would take, and that would be interesting. So all these things though, I already can do. The comic book one is the only one that I'd have to actually learn a little more, and I'm learning about. And I've created a comic book, so I guess I have that skill. Magic I've been doing for 10 years. Filmmaking I've been doing for a long time. Animation I've been doing for a long time. And animation filmmaking I've been doing for less than magic, but probably 10 years. I started as a kid doing film. Balloon twisting I've already, people could ask me a million questions on magic and balloon twisting. Filmmaking and animation, I teach classes on them, so I'm good enough to do that, but I wouldn't say I'm the top expert at that. Comic books is really the only thing where I'm still learning a lot, and also business, because I'm getting my MBA, so it kind of makes sense to talk about business. Is another thing, blogging on business and whatnot. So then also I have a few websites that I would love to create that aren't any of those, and just ideas that would be like interactive websites that people would go to, where I wouldn't have to keep creating content for it. The users would create content. That's probably something I should work on soon, but the problem is I don't have those web creating skills, but maybe I could find ways around that. So anyways, trying to figure out what projects to work on is hard. If you're going to do this, maybe you consider doing a mind map. I'll go over mine in a little more details another time, just so that you have a better idea of how I create my decisions, and then I'll probably post which ones I'm going to work on. So hope you enjoyed this episode of Jason Loves Life, and have a wonderful day.